So, as you just saw, the state of Texas is getting hit hard from winter storms with the coldest temperatures in over 30 years. Their wind turbines have been frozen, literally frozen. Now, Texas's electric grid operator says that the storm's temperatures have caused over 4.4 million people to lose power at this time. Now, Governor Greg Abbott and the state's Public Utilities Commission have been working hard to restore power in the rollouts. Governor Abbott has also deployed the National Guard to help local authorities bring Texas in what they need. Joining me now from Dallas, Texas, co-founder and chief strategist of GDP Advisors and financial expert Seth Denson. Seth, you're in Texas. What's going on out there? You okay?
It's cold. It's cold, Stephanie. Yeah. What am I going to say? Now, we're calling it Texageddon down here because I'll tell you, I mean, I'm a lifelong Texan, born and raised here in my life, and that's 40 years now. I've never experienced anything like this. It's unheard of. And so, you know, the one day a year that we typically get snow, it's kind of nice. But this is beyond snow. I mean, I woke up this morning to sub-zero temperatures, -4 here at my house. My house just wasn't built for that. This isn't Idaho or even New York City. I mean, this is a place that's built for heat, not for cold. So it's certainly got our state in lockdown mode right now.
Yeah, and we're hearing that this freezing rain is just going to make things a million times worse. And as you pointed out, Texans aren't used to the cold. It is in Idaho, and Idaho negative temperatures are pretty common and regular. And when they have power outages there, it's a big scandal as well. But this whole this freezing storm is bringing attention to the challenges with renewable energy. And I was talking about these like frozen wind turbines. Like, I mean, it's out of control.
Yeah, roughly 20% of Texas energy comes from renewable energy. These are things like wind and solar. Unfortunately, these wind turbines that generate energy don't do so well when they're frozen over, so they're having to use our fossil fuels to try to thaw them out. But again, I'm all for renewable energy. That's fine, but we need to keep our eye on the ball and recognize that the safety of our citizens must come first. And this is a situation here right now where you mentioned at the top, or at least the video did, we have over 4 million citizens. That's over 15% of our population without power. And when you're talking about sub-zero temperatures, we're talking about lives at stake. And certainly at the end of all of this, we need to closely look at where we get our energy here in our state and make sure we're better set up for the future, because we certainly weren't set up for this.
Yeah, this is a deadly storm. Lives could be at risk because of the cold and with the power outages. So it's a serious situation, and it makes you want to examine exactly the energy coming from wind and solar. And again, we're for that as long as it works, but you can't be fully dependent on that is what we're learning. That being said, we have the Biden administration and folks on the left that are, for the Green New Deal and moving through their plans for just solar energy, wind energy, but we're seeing what could possibly happen.
Yeah, you've got the Biden administration out there right now trying to negotiate a pipeline deal in the Middle East, which is crazy because I thought pipelines were really bad, weren't they? I mean, we had to get rid of 11,000 jobs to protect the United States from pipelines. Yet we're now negotiating one between Turkmenistan and India. By the way, Turkmenistan, has worse human rights violations rating than North Korea. Nonetheless, we're okay for there because we don't care about the environment when it comes to that side of the world, only here, although we're all part of the same world. So I don't really understand the logic here. It must be a PR stunt. Have I said too much?
No. I mean, it's pretty interesting that they would support pipelines anywhere else except for here. How does that help, combat climate change? It really doesn't, right?
No, it doesn't. Matter of fact, you're talking about 800,000 barrels of fuel that are now going to be transported through carbon-emitting trains and trucks and boats and all the other fun stuff because we didn't want to use a clean pipeline to transfer this. So it's actually going to be worse for the environment to eliminate the Keystone Pipeline, not better. And again, we're doubling down because now we want more pipelines on other parts of the world.
Well, and they forget that in this country, we do have regulations and people overseeing that it's done safely and properly and that it's not polluting the earth. And then over there or wherever they're doing it, who's going to be inspecting that?
Yeah, the Taliban, which, again, I think that their infrastructure is probably pretty good, right? I mean, listen, you've even got countries like Canada trying to plead with the Biden administration not to shut this down. I think Canada has been a friend of the environment, at least they claim to be. So if they're saying that the pipeline's good here, why not? But now, again, we're going over to the Middle East, and certainly we're going to put this in the hands of the Taliban. I got to think that they're going to do a good job protecting the environment.
It's a tragedy. And again, lost in this discussion is the amount of American jobs that have been lost over it. And Biden's solution is like, learn to code or like figure out how to do solar. And it just doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm still questioning whether or not Biden even knows how to use his smartphone, but that'll be another topic for another day. Seth, we got to run. Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.